Hello there, friends. How are you doing today? Doing well, I hope. Welcome to a new playthrough on the channel, Wasteland 2, Director's Cut, it seems. Now, I know I own Wasteland 2. I bought it when it came out because I thought it looked cool. I don't remember buying the Director's Cut, but it was in my library, so I guess we got it for free at some point. Because I sure as hell did not buy it. So, Wasteland 2. Where's Wasteland 1? One might ask. Wasteland 1 is not here. It's a bit of an older game, released on computers of the older time, but I guess also for DOS and Windows from what I could see. And though I did grow up with slightly older machinery, I do remember the very first game I played. I don't know the name of it. It was some sort of flying thing with weird colors on some. I think it was an Atari machine. I'm not sure. Don't blame me. I was like 3 or something. Okay, can't remember much from so many centuries ago. I did play a lot of Commodore 64 and Amiga 500 with friends and neighbors. I didn't own any of that. The first thing we owned was good old NES. So anything older than NES, I can't really play them because I get this weird feeling in my stomach. I don't know if you want to call it anxiety or angst or something. I just don't feel good thinking about the games. Okay, Amiga 500 games? Sure, because we have Moonstone and what's it called? Hot Rod or Rod something? The racing and Turbo and just so many good games. But for Commodore 64 and further back, I just can't do it. So here we are, Wasteland 2. 10 years after release. 10 years. Now, I know for a fact that I bought this on the day it came out, because again, I thought it looked cool. And I'm also 100% certain that I actually fired it up and faffed around in the character creator. But I guess that wasn't really saved. I didn't play for long enough to save it. So this is yet again one of those games that I bought because I thought they looked cool. Started them up, thought, yeah, this is really cool, I'm going to play this. But then went back to whatever game I was playing at the time, and once I finished that game, completely forgot about the game that was so very cool and interesting that I was going to play and played something completely different. So, like I said, here we are, 10 years later. I've been inside the options, done a few things, fixed some key bindings to make them more like Baldur's Gate 3, from what I could find. Changing weapons and stuff on the same keys. Also messed around with the audio. Hopefully that works. We'll see. So if the first few episodes are kind of weird in the audio department, I'm sorry. I will try and get it fixed for future use. But for now, let's dive into Wasteland 2. Listening to some static and sometimes voices. We have a robot scorpion with 3 machine guns, and is that a rocket launcher? Could be a rocket launcher. And an absolutely apocalyptic world. I love apocalyptic settings. Let's go.
Once again, in the glow of the atom.
Adam? No, must have said atom. Do you want to start the game with a default ranger squad or create your own squad? Create my own squad. Create a custom ranger. I'm gonna create me, of course. Do we have portraits? Oh, we do have take snapshots. I mean, otherwise I would kind of take this one because that's the hairstyle I'm gonna have in a few years, or maybe just this year. Yeah, a little bit old and have goggles. So let's customize my appearance. Let's see, hats. No, let's not have any hats. There's the Me scusi. Can I? Oh, I can. Okay. So let's take a look at the hair, shall we? Now, do we have some baldy or balding hair? That would be kind of perfect. Otherwise, that one will have to do, I guess. I mean, oh. No, I would never have this haircut. I've already told myself that when I lose too much hair, I'm just gonna shave it all off. Why? I'm not that vain. I'm just gonna, no. Okay, so we don't really have something like that. I guess this one will have to do. That's short enough. I mean, kind of exactly how much hair I have in the back and on the sides. Oh, yes. My head. Can I zoom in? No. So, let's see. Head, head. That's just, ooh, solid snake. Ooh. Eh. Sunglasses, man. No. No. I don't even know what we're supposed to be. Are we just a regular old guy? What can I help? Let's go with this one. Some 5 o'clock shadow? Yes. What about your torso? What are we gonna do about that? Oh, clothing. Um, again, I would like to know what kind of dude we are. Ooh. Well, it's the post-apocalyptic world. Let's not be that post-apocalyptic. I mean, this looks like something you could run around in, except it keeps clipping through there. Maybe. Now this looks like something you would wear. Yeah, sure. Packs. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. I mean, that looks a little bit prepared. You have a melee weapon. You have a ranged weapon. Am I a melee ranged user? Maybe. Let's just have a big old backpack. And for pants, gotta have a cod piece. Ooh. Just some worn out jeans slacks, maybe. Yeah, that looks more like it. Okay. Nice legs. I was gonna say the shoes, they change depending on the pants. Skin tone. Do we have insufferably pale? So pale that as soon as you just step out into the sunlight, you get sunburnt. Because that's me. That looks to be very pale. Sure. Size? About average. That's the largest, smallest. Wait. Desert Rangers. So are we then part of some sort of paramilitary organization? Maybe we should. Okay, let's go with that. We're gonna be this. Maybe then we actually do need to look like we're a little bit cooler. I said cooler, not sluttier. I mean, I kind of like that look. Yeah, sure, let's go with that one. And some better pants. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. Sure. Where was the snapshot button? Oh, there it is. Take snapshot. Wait, can we look that way? Take snapshot. Yes. Let's see. Age, old enough. Let's say you look to be in your 30s. So we'll go for 30. You can be 37. Religion? None, really. I mean, I'm more agnostic than any of these, so I don't have a religion. I'm not an atheist. I'm not a Buddhist. Been raised with Christian values. Ish. As much as Christian values are baked into the Swedish society. I'm not indigenous. That would be the people in the far north. Jewish, Mormon, Muslim, Sikh. No, I'm just none. Ethnicity? I'm European. Biography? Oh, you can really go into stuff here. Let's... no, that's good. Combat skills. Combat skills will increase your proficiency with different weapons. They affect stats like your chance to hit and critical chance. Attributes. Allocate your available attribute points. I have 7. Okay. But I guess I want to change these depending on my skills. So, combat skills. Knowledge skills will help you overcome various obstacles in the world. Obstacles have a skill check level in the world to solve them properly. The higher your skill value, the better chance you have of being successful. I see. And general skills? Have a wide variety of uses. Hover over the skill name to get a description of its use. And I have 12 skill points to divide among all of these. Ooh, that's a lot. How large a squad do I need to do? I don't know. Do I need to customize all my dudes or just the one? Or can I choose the number of dudes I can customize? Because if I can, I want to customize me and one more. So I have like my male persona and my female persona. Or a female name that I use in most games. Okay, let's see. What are we going to be? What am I going to be? Alarm disarming, computer science, demolitions, field medic. Lockpicking could be interesting. Mechanical repair, safe cracking, surgeon, toaster repair. A very specialized and underappreciated skill in a world without toast, but sometimes surprisingly useful. Use toaster repair on any broken toasters you come across in your travels. You never know what you might find inside. Animal whisperer, barter, brute force, hard ass, kiss ass. I don't want to be kiss ass. Leadership. Sounds like I should put points in. Outdoorsman, perception. Weaponsmithing, smartass. A true leader is made, not born. With this skill, you will inspire others to trust and follow you. Use this power only for good. First, your companion NPCs will listen to your orders more often and go rogue. They can go rogue. Okay. Second, your presence instills confidence in your team, increasing their chance to hit when they are near you. But it says companion NPCs. Does that include my squad? Is my squad not going to listen to me? Is my squad gonna go rogue? Let's put 1 point in leadership. How do I put point in leadership? How do I leadership? Oh, that's how I leadership. Reduces chance followers ignore orders in combat by 5%. Increase nearby allies' chance to hit by 2%. Nice. We have 1 point in leadership. Let's see. Hard, not kiss ass. Hard ass. This is a skill to take if you want to intimidate people into doing what you want. The skill is usable in conversations. Keywords with corresponding icons will appear when you have enough ranks in hard ass to use it. I've never been much for intimidating. Is smart ass then gonna be... This is a skill to take if you want to cleverly manipulate people into doing what you want. Usable in conversation. Maybe I do want to be smart ass. Kiss ass. Sweet. I thought kiss ass was going to be, really kissing ass, but this sounds more like persuasion. Sweet talk people into doing what you want. Because I don't want to intimidate people. I don't want to manipulate people. Maybe I'll be a kiss ass. I can sweet talk them into doing what I want. Sure. Let's be a kiss ass. Cost 2 skill points. Oh, I see. Maybe we should go to combat skills. See, we have assault rifles, handguns, heavy weapons, bladed weapons, blunt weapons. So not just melee weapons, but bladed and blunt. Shotguns, brawling, fisticuffs, sniper rifles, submachine guns, energy weapons. Now, if I'm gonna guess, this will be kind of like Fallout 1, 2, where you won't have that much ammo, so you probably don't want people with the same weapon skills, huh? Probably want them to be, one specializing in assault rifles, one in handguns, one in heavy weapons, one in shotguns. You don't have to share the ammo between you. I'm gonna assume that, post-apocalyptic world and all. So I am going to be kind of tempted to go melee, actually. Let's go assault rifles. The only one tool for rangers who want to be tactically useful in almost any situation. Take this training if you're a team player who values dependability over flash. Yes. Ooh, strengths. Hey. Strengths. Good damage, moderate armor penetration, long range. Multiple firing modes. Can use precision strikes. What is a precision strike? Weakness. Moderate/high AP cost to action points. Chance to hit reduction at short range. I would understand with a sniper rifle, but with an assault rifle? Also, what's classified as short range? Okay, so maybe you should specialize in 2 weapon skills then. At least if you have the assault rifle. I'm gonna assume the sniper rifle is the same. Very long range. Chance to hit reduction at short range, yeah. So if you go with one of those, cannot use precision strike, short range. Use sniper rifle or assault rifle. That one doesn't have it. Probably want a melee skill as well. So you can just slap a bastard if they come too close. I'm gonna go with assault rifle. Plus 28% base chance to hit, plus 4 base critical chance. I'm gonna put another point in assault rifle. Then, do I want bladed weapons or blunt weapons? Or do I just want to punch a bastard in the jaw? When everything else is gone, a skilled ranger can still rely on their fists. Take this training if you want your hands to be registered as deadly weapons. High crit, no ammo, low AP to attack. Can use precision strikes. Low damage, melee only, of course. Get mistaken for a cage fighter? What? What? Okay. High damage. Good. Yeah. High crits. High damage. Good armor penetration. Use no ammo, precision strikes. High AP cost to attack, low crit, melee range only. Wait, this melee range only, thank you. Bladed weapon, high crit. Yeah, sure. Let's be mistaken for a cage fighter. Whatever the hell that means. Do we want a knowledge skill as well? Probably. Alarm disarming. With this skill, you can breach security systems and get your team into restricted areas without waking up the guards. Use on doors, safes, and other objects to disable detection system. Some high-tech door and some safes can only be opened after disabling their security measures. Okay. So that could be good for breaking in. Computer science. Take this skill if you want to know more than how to turn it off and on again. Allows the user to interface, hack, or repair computers and other similar equipment found in the Wasteland. Can also be used to rewire robots and some synthetics to fight on your side. Okay. Can I rewire the scorpion thing we saw in the main screen? Demolitions. With this skill, you'll know whether to cut the red wire or the blue wire. Allows the player to disarm a variety of different explosives. This skill is primarily used to deactivate booby traps. He said booby. Will help you patch up your friends just enough to get them to a real doctor. I do need a field medic, but I don't think I will be the field medic. I won't be. Maybe my next character will be. Lockpicking. Skills to pay the bills. Opening locked doors, trunks, and crates. Just don't get caught. Right? Mechanical repair. If you want to repair small appliances, engines, and gizmos. Safe cracking. Crack combination tumblers and disable advanced mechanical locks with this handy, if unethical, skill. Used to open vaults and safes. Okay. Surgeon? Field medic and surgeon. Allows you to fix the deep damage and bad breaks that a field medic isn't qualified to deal with. You'll be a lifesaver. To revive downed squad members, both in and out of combat. And remove status effects. Okay, feels like I need someone to specialize in both field magic and surgeon. Get all the medical skills on one person instead of... but it could also be good to spread them out in case my medic goes down. But that just means I have to protect my medic. We'll see. And then there's toaster repair. But wasn't there weaponsmithing somewhere? Yeah, over there. Weaponsmithing. I mean, kind of feels like that one would go under knowledge skills. Outdoorsman. If you want to find water and live off the land in the waste, this is a skill for you. It's primarily used to avoid random encounters while traveling on the world map. World map, you say? So, like in Fallout 1 and 2? Animal Whisperer, Barter Brute Force. Helps you use your strength to its greatest advantage. Perfect for knocking down walls and smashing stuff up. Used on objects in the world that can be bashed, broken, pushed, or unstuck. Alright. Animal Whisperer? What you whisper is between you and your animal friend, but this skill will calm them and keep them from attacking you. They might even join you on your journey. I feel like I should have at least one of these skills. I'm gonna need so many... Oh, too many skills though. Fine. Perception. Perception is always good to have on at least someone. Take this skill to see things others miss and spot ambushes before they stop you. Skill is used to highlight objects of interest as you explore. As you move around the environment and examine objects, you may reveal hidden details, traps, and more. I mean, that kind of goes well with leadership, so let's do perception. I have no more skill points. Is it like Fallout? Intelligence increases skill points. Allows a ranger to learn and process information efficiently, giving them early access to a wide variety of skills and the ability to master them quickly. Plus skill points per level, plus action points. Ooh. Yeah, it is, but action points is also baked into it, while action points was on agility in Fallout, I think. Although we don't have agility here, but maybe that's speed. No, but we have the action points there. Wait. Coordination is action points. Strength is action points. Speed is action points. Intelligence is action points. And charisma is just charisma. Combined force of a ranger's personality and desirability. People will react more favorably to a ranger with high charisma and might talk about things they would have otherwise kept to themselves. I mean... yes. Because I'm the leader of this little troop. Ooh, increase experience rewards. Here we see my stats. Definitely want a lot of action points. Want a lot of skill points per level. I get 2 skill points per level. That's not going to be enough. I'm going to have to increase my intelligence. I kind of get the feeling that maybe I won't be the most damage dealing one. Oh, but doesn't everyone... oh, need a lot of skill points. Shit. Okay. Bump up intelligence. So now I get 3 skill points per level. I need to bump this up twice for a total of 3 attribute points, and then I have 2 remaining to get another action point per level. What about skill points? All the way over there? Is there nothing else that gives skill points? I thought these did, but that was action points. Oh, okay. Coordination, action points. Ranged chance to hit. Grace, deft touch, and a fine motor skills. Coordination helps avoid traps and attacks, pick locks, and improve aim. I mean, I do have an assault rifle, so I feel like I should bring that up a little bit. Just innate edge. Bullets miss them. Attacks always seem to find their enemy's weak spot, and they seem to far exceed their own capabilities. Plus critical chance, plus evasion, plus chance to get additional con per level. Ooh, chance for bonus action points per turn. No. Awareness. Notices every detail on the world around them, hard to ambush, sneak up on, and are often able to get a jump on their enemies. Combat initiative, chance to evade, vision range. I mean, I feel like this would tie into perception, but it doesn't seem to. High strength is able to hit hard, carry more gear, and sustain greater injuries that would leave others face down in the dust. Melee to critical hit, carry weight, max con per level, starting con. Action points, base melee damage. I'm gonna assume that con is how much constitution or hit points you have. When your current con reaches 0, you'll go unconscious. An unconscious or worse ranger will require a surgeon to bring them back to their feet. If your health deteriorates beyond unconscious, you're on your way to death. Yeah, so probably... man, I want everything. Also carry weight, critical hit with +3 base and +1 con per level. Ooh. Oh, I can lower them. Maybe I'll lower luck. Ooh, minus critical chance though. Minus 0.5 evade. I mean, I'm gonna be very unlucky. That doesn't feel good. Combat speed, combat initiative. How often your turn comes up in combat, the higher combat initiative, the more often your ranger will get a turn in combat. Each enemy has their own combat initiative or turn order. So with high enough initiative, you can go multiple times before someone else has their turn. That's also good. Everything is good. Evasion. Increase the chance to hit from all enemy attacks. Of course. Combat speed. The amount of distance you can cover per action point in combat. Will allow you to travel much further while in combat than a ranger will with an equal number of action points, but a lower combat speed. I mean, this isn't too important if I'm ranged, I feel. I'll probably have to go from... Is there going to be cover? Or are we just going to stand out in the open and shoot? I don't know. Combat speed feels like something a melee dude would want to have. 81 pounds. Doesn't tell me anything. I do get 8 hit points per level. That's not too bad. If I increase this, I get 9 hit points per level, which also isn't too bad. And I have always been more of a charisma persuasion guy, so I'm gonna keep going down that path. I do want some more intelligence to work my way up to getting more skill points. Speed is not that important relative to everything else. Neither is luck. Is having bad luck gonna make me gonna have bad things happen? Because then maybe I don't want to lower that. But I definitely want more coordination so I have higher ranged chance to hit. Awareness, strength, speed. Out of these, I think I value strength more. Just because of the carry limit and just 8 points. Yes. Quirks. Special personality traits you can pick for your character. Selecting one will provide a benefit, but also a drawback of some kind. You may only pick one quirk for each character, and picking one is optional. Of course we're gonna have a quirk. It sounds like fun. Animal husbandry. Bonuses from animal whispered followers are twice as good. Well, I don't have animal whispered drawbacks. Ascetic. +5 skill points and +1 attribute point at game start. But cannot equip trinket items? Are trinket items good? You were raised by monks in a small monastic order. Regardless of your current religious beliefs, the lesson learned there through many hard years of prayer and flagellation live on. Flagellation? No thank you. You are a stronger and better person in body and spirit, but you reject vain, worldly positions that lead down a path of sin. No. Because I am not religious in-game, and we never were. So, asshole! Hard-ass dialogue options always succeed. I don't have hard-ass. Squad cannot use kiss-ass or smart-ass dialogue options, so no, because I have kiss-ass. Brittle bones, +2 base action points, -50% base combat speed. You suffer from a rare birth defect that makes walking quickly difficult, but you have learned to make up for this by being especially quick and economical with your actions. So, kind of like Joker from Mass Effect. I don't remember the name of his disease, but He had brittle bones. Delayed gratification. +1 skill point each level up after level 10. -1 skill point each level up before level 11. No. What? Dysparnumerophobia. +1 to all attributes on even-numbered character levels. -1 to all attributes on odd-numbered character levels. For thousands of years, people around the globe have held in superstition that certain numbers are lucky and others are unlucky. Unfortunately for you, it turns out they were right. No. Fainting goat? When an enemy scores a critical hit on you, you have a 35% chance of fainting, causing them to miss. While fainting, you get pushed back in the combat order. Those around you whisper in hushed tones that you were born with the spirit of a mighty mountain goat. Or maybe you just wound up with its brain in your noggin. One way or another, you sure do black out a lot. Yeah, heavy-handed. Base damage on all blunt bladed and brawling attacks. -50% base critical chance. Ew. Subtlety ain't something anyone's ascribed to you before. Your arms are like tree trunks with concrete blocks on the end and just about as graceful. No, get up. Manic depressive. Attributes change randomly by +2 or -2 every 10 to 15 minutes. What? Okay, that's nothing to laugh about, but it's kind of a cool quirk. Mania and melancholy are the two sides of the same coin, and you have known it all your life. I actually have a family member who's maybe not manic depressive, bipolar. Yeah. You're subject to intense mood changes, and those around you say you're almost like a different person each time they see you. Maybe. Misophobic. 25% benefit when you use healing items on others. Cannot use healing items on yourself. Ever since you got measles as a child, you've been obsessed with keeping healthy. You've researched every single cure under the sun to make sure you can fight off the endless advance of disease and keep yourself meticulously clean, which is difficult to do in a post-apocalyptic world. You see dirt, grime, and germs everywhere you look, especially on other people. You are way more effective at using healing items, but you're also so paranoid about others infecting you that you refuse to squander any treating your own injuries. Okay. No. Opportunist. Plus 50% damage against any target at less than 35% of their max hit points. Minus 25% damage against any target at more than 35% hit points. Opportunist is the award I always kinda got in Smash Bros. Smash Brothers? Because I'm an asshole when I play Smash Bros. It takes a certain ethical flexibility to take advantage of others, and it's a flexibility you possess. Your predatory nature means that you kick your enemies just a little bit harder when they're down. However, you're also equally timid and fearful of harm coming to you, and as a result, you do less damage to those that are healthy. Psychopath. Gain 4% bonus chance to hit and plus 2% bonus critical chance with every successful attack. Bonus lost if you miss an attack. Minus 10% base chance to hit and minus 5% base critical chance. No. Let's just no. Raised in the circus. No leadership bonus received. No, because I am a leader. Repressed rage. Well, I've had that. 2 times damage and 25% critical chance for 1 turn after receiving a critical hit, but you can never get normal critical hits. Ooh. You were never the most outgoing person, true. Some would call you meek, Others timid. True. You have a habit of letting others walk over you and rarely seek confrontation. I almost never seek confrontation, sure. But that's also part of the Swedish upbringing because we are generally stereotypically afraid of confrontations. But sometimes all that anger inside just builds up and like a powder keg, you go off. Yes, I got some help for that, and I'm very thankful for it. That's not a way to live. You are a slave to your rage. Anytime you receive a critical hit in combat, during your next turn you unleash your fury. However, your meek attitude means you keep it bottled away the rest of the time. Maybe. Can never get a critical hit, so that's kind of... Thick-skinned. +2 base armor, minus 30% base combat speed. All the boys and girls in the playground used to pick on you. They called you stinky, fatty, ugly, and beat you up until you were bruised and sore. But the more you took it, the more you learned to shrug it off. Sticks and stones certainly won't break your bones. Years of physical abuse have left you thick-skinned, and you can shrug off attacks more easily, but you're heavier and more sluggish, and as a result, you move slower. I mean, that's not terrible. Terrible if you're melee, still. But for a ranged? Maybe for a sniper? Because they need to stay all the heck away. And you definitely don't want your snipers killed. So yeah, maybe for a sniper, but I'm no sniper. Twitchy? 20% base combat speed plus, minus 10% base chance to hit. No, never anything that decreases my chance to hit. Never. 2 pump jump. +2 action points and plus 25% chance to hit for the first 2 combat turns, but -1 action point and minus 15% chance. No. Unlucky. Chance for lightning to strike and shock a random target in combat. Not necessarily me, but a random target in combat. Could be enemies, could be friends. How big is this chance? You have always felt like you've had a thundercloud following you. Perhaps it's the darkness that seems to shadow you. Perhaps it's all those times that things just don't go your way. Perhaps it's that others around you seem to burst into a shower of spark and flame without warning. Due to your unlucky nature in combat, there is a tiny chance each turn that a bolt of lightning will scream down from the heavens and shock a random target, friend or foe. Way of the squeeze-ins. +3 action points and plus 25% damage when drunk on snake squeeze-ins. Alcohol, I assume. Minus 100% critical chance and minus 0.6 combat speed when sober. No, we're not going to be a drunk. I'm thinking about the rage, just because. Could be fun. If I get crit, I do double damage and with a 25% critical chance, so that could be a lot of damage. But I can never get normal critical hits. I mean... Sure. Just for fun. Your squad. Create custom or select existing ranger. Like I said, okay, how many people can I make? How many people can I have in my squad? Because I'm going to create one more. And then I'll add... Maybe I should... Ooh, if I go in here and look at them, can I go back? I can. Good. Okay. Because... Do we have a healer here? We have a sniper. Hey, combat medic. Okay, so... Yes. I do have a combat medic. So I can just add whoever the combat medic is. Pills. Makes sense. And we can have us a sniper. So I'm gonna make another one, and it's gonna be a melee person, and then I'm gonna add more people. Hopefully I can add more than one, or maybe I can just... We'll see. I'll get back to you once my squad is done. 4 people in your squad, and this is what I ended up with. I made my melee character here. You can see she's gone through some crap. She has her scars. She has a little bit of slightly easy to move in, but also somewhat protective clothing. With some coordination, very focused on strength and speed, some intelligence, a little bit less charisma. She got a toaster repair. She can use brute force because, again, she's all about that strength and bladed weapons. That's what she's gonna do. Got the combat medic, and we got the cold eye, the sniper. We get the combat medic and the sniper. She seemed to have used her or got her skills from treating joy girls in brothels, and likes to taste her own medicine. Glug glug glug, I guess. And Cold Eye used to be a raider until they destroyed a village, and now he turned sides and seeking to atone, one raider at a time. That kind of spoke to me. I went in and changed their base stats a little bit. I mean, Cold Eye had like way less charisma. Pills had too much charisma. I don't know why Pills would need charisma. And she had 5, now she has 3. But that was basically the only thing I changed about them. I could have added Pills twice. I tried that. So I had Pills and I had Pills. I don't know if I could actually go down here and play, but I could add Pills twice. That was kind of funny. Anywho. Select difficulty. Rookie Seasoned Ranger Supreme Jerk? What? If you're already a hero of the Wasteland and have been known to make raiders pee themselves just by looking at them, this is your setting, but don't say we didn't warn you. Rookie, consider yourself a novice, a tenderfoot, or if this is in fact your first barbecue. Some experience in the waste or places like it, and you know which end of the Mason cannon to point at the enemy, this is the setting for you. Been around the block a few times. I think whipping your weight and Gila monitors counts as light exercise. This is probably the setting. I'm gonna go with seasoned, because I don't know what to expect from this. I might have... If we had completely just, this is the people you have, these are the stats you have, you can't go in and change them and everything, maybe then I would go with Ranger. But now, I may have screwed myself with the stats and quirks and everything, so I'm gonna go with seasoned. Hopefully we can change this during the game, so if I feel like it's going too easy... Gonna go up to Ranger, and never gonna go down to Rookie. Toaster repair might not seem too useful, but you would be surprised what sort of treasures people leave in these things. Brian Fargo presents an excellent entertainment production. Oh, we're getting the credits at the start of the game? Sure. That's just the number you have called cannot be reached at this point, or the number you have called does not have a recipient at this time. The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is that good men do nothing. General Vargas. I don't think it's General Vargas who said that.
What comes after the end? I don't know. Neither did they. They were just an army engineer battalion, constructing roads and bridges deep in the middle of the Arizona nowhere. They didn't know why Armageddon had come. They'd heard radio chatter about an attack on some space-based missile platform. But who had attacked it, or why? No one knew. What they did know is that the politicians and the generals had finally ended the world. Now, everything was gone. They took over a federal prison for a fort, kicked out the convicts, got busy starting from scratch. Maybe it was an act of mercy. Maybe they figured that the prisoners would die out in the harsh new world. Whichever, it came back to bite the engineers in the ass. Cultists, criminals, cannibals. They've been living with the fallout ever since. Good people had survived too, called for help in the night. And those engineers, those common soldiers, could not stand by and see them die. So they came out of their fort, and they helped the survivors defend their homes. And for that, they earned a new name, a proud name, the Desert Rangers. Now, Rangers, I know at times it seems our cause is hopeless. And I know it's hard to say goodbye to a brother in arms.
Is this an FMV game? No, can't be.
But I want you to know something else. That no Ranger who dies in the line of duty will ever be forgotten. Nor will he have ever died in vain.
That guy on the right.
Or unavenged.
Ace, when a man died, a Desert Ranger. That guy on the right clearly didn't even try to dig. Oh.
Thank you, recruits.
Your brother. Oh. That's us. It's kind of cool that they actually recorded a movie specifically for the intro of the game. That's nice. Maybe not all of it, maybe not the footage before with the Polaris missiles going up and everything, but everything from the... Did it say Arizona? So we're definitely in the US. Oh, and I'm of European descent. I did make the... I think I called it Cethara. The melee dudette. I did make her of American descent. Also very... She's Christian. She's kind of... old God Testament believer Christian. She's out here to kick people's ass for the good of the Lord, kind of. Extremely Old Testament-y. Well, a stiff-bearded older man wearing a hard-worn ranger uniform and a battered old cowboy hat. General Vargas walks with a cane, but he's not helpless. He wears a pearl-handled revolver on his hip, and there are a lot of notches on the barrel. Ace duty? Click anywhere or press the spacebar. Okay.
I appreciate you coming to Captain Ace's retirement party when you hardly knew the man. Appropriate, too, seeing as how investigating his death will be your first duty as a Desert Ranger.
And Ace is in red and duty is in green. And now I continue by asking things. So not a traditional here are the sentences you can say things, but you still get some questions. And I'm gonna try and put on a terrible accent for my character. You know how I do with voices. Poorly. So if you're offended, good, I guess. Let's see. Here's me as Razardos, Cithara, Pills, Cold Eye. No one has anything in smart ass, hard ass, or kiss ass except me, which is down here. It did say among the quirks the hard-ass one, that hard-ass options automatically succeed, but your squad can't use. So does that mean that I can probably use anyone to talk? It's not me who's the extreme focal point of the story, but I'm gonna be. So that's Vargas. You look a little bit different from your portraits. We can say goodbye. We have something here. That's a compass. End call. Green numbers. Shovel, that's shining. And 2 people doing something with a grave. Okay. I appreciate coming to Captain Ace's retirement party when you're hardly near the man appropriate to, seeing as how we investigate his death would be your first duty as a desert ranger. So we just joined up, basically, then, since it's our first duty. How did Ace die, sir?
Ace had been trying to locate a faint radio signal, which has lately been giving us cause for concern. We gave him 3 repeater units and sent him to hook them up to 3 remote radio towers. This would have allowed us to get a fix on the signal, but sadly Ace was murdered by unknown assailants right after hooking up the first tower, and his logbook and the last 2 repeater units were stolen.
So who went and got his corpse? Was it some other ranger? Who then weren't killed by those unknown assailants? Repeater units, sir?
When you get back to the Citadel, talk to our radio expert, Wade Woodson, if you want to know more about the technical details. All I know is the repeaters will upgrade the towers and allow us to zero in on the mystery signal.
The Citadel? Can't not think about Mass Effect. So where are the radio towers?
I'll give you the locations of the towers once you have the repeaters in hand. More important to find them first.
Okay, so the repeaters are missing. And the last 2 repeater units were stolen. He said that. The signal is a threat, sir?
The voice on those broadcasts disturbed me greatly. It talked crazy talk about a future where man and machine would be one. Worse, it talked about us, the Desert Rangers, specifically. It said it was coming for us.
So they're going for the synthesis ending? The green ending? You think the logbook was stolen, sir?
Don't know, but it wasn't on Ace's person when he was found. Look for it. It might have some clues as to his death.
Righto. Happy to be given the opportunity, sir, but are you sure that we are ready?
Yeah, I know. You've hardly found your feet with us, and here I am sending you on a mission that already got 1 ranger killed. Well, I wish I had another option, but the Desert Rangers are spread a little thin right now. Ranger teams Abel and Charlie are out west trying to stop a range war out there from becoming straight-up genocide. And Team Baker is up north looking for a way through the radiation that's cut us off from Vegas. I'm afraid the next generation is going to have to lead the charge on this one.
Teams Abel and Charlie? Is Abel really what you usually use for A? I don't think so. Shit, I don't know the US codes for the letters of the alphabet. C is definitely Charlie. D Delta? E Echo? B Bravo? Don't know A. Isn't A usually Alpha or something like that and not Abel? I don't know. I just know the Swedish ones. And we usually use names. What's the mission, sir?
The mission is this. Search the area where Ace's body was found, and do your best to recover his logbook and the repeater units. Then call in your report. If you find the repeaters, I may send you on to finish his mission. Ace's death must be avenged, and it will be. But finding the signal he died trying to track down is just as important. Besides, I got the sneaking suspicion that when you find the one, you'll find the other.
I see, I see. Where is this area, sir?
It's about a day's walk east from here. I'll mark it on your map.
Thank you, sir. Well, that's a day's walk. Alright. And we're at the...
There you go.
Thank you, sir. We're at the Ranger Citadel. Call in, sir?
Yes, call in on your radio. Your radio is your lifeline to Ranger Citadel. We'll be calling you with alerts and updates on your current missions, and sending you new missions when we receive distress calls. As Rangers, it is your sworn duty to respond to those calls. That is the contract we made with the people of Arizona when we opened for business.
I see. When can we enter the Citadel, sir?
Once you prove yourself, the Citadel will be your new home. Consider this mission the final test of your training. If you succeed, you are welcome within our walls. If you fail, then you aren't cut out to be a Desert Ranger, and we won't let you in.
Prove in red. Red is hard ass, kiss ass, succeed. So red would say, what if we prove ourselves by kicking down the Citadel doors? Sir? And smart ass, surely, sir, the success of the mission is more important than testing us. If you want to find these signals, shouldn't you let us in so we can stock up on everything we need to succeed? And Kiss says, please, sir, if you're sending us after Ace's killer, then you've already decided we're worthy. Why not just let us in? I mean, yeah, that is actually the more persuasion option. This is just, let me in by listening to my fancy pants words. No, please, sir. If you're sending us after Ace's killer, then you've already decided that we're worthy. Why not just let us in?
Kissing ass already, huh?
And he called me out.
Well, some folks in the Waste can be persuaded that way, but not everyone. I've been buttered up by the best of them, so I'm wise to those tricks. You get through our doors with deeds, not words, recruits. Good try, though.
Well, so just a tutorial. Would I have succeeded if I had more kiss ass? Okay, and now goodbye is blinking. Can I type stuff here? Like in Fallout 1? Can you tell me about the Citadel?
Once you prove yourself, the Citadel will be your new home. Consider this mission the final test of your training. If you succeed, you are welcome within our walls.
Okay.
If you fail, then you aren't cut out to be a Desert Ranger, and we won't let you in.
Can you tell me something about Arizona?
We'll talk about that when you get back. Recovering those repeaters is more important.
Okay. So pick up on words that might not be colored in red or green and use those. Ooh, am I gonna have to... I'm gonna have to write down words I might want to interrogate people about. I do have my trusty pen and papers. Is this gonna be a long game? I might want the bigger block for this. You can go over there. And this could be Wasteland dos. Okay. So goodbye. Or can I just type goodbye? Goodbye.
We'll talk about that when you get back. Recovering those repeaters is more important.
Yeah, we'll talk about saying goodbye when you get back at those repeaters. Thank you, sir. We will do our best.
Good luck out there, recruits.
Thank you, sir. Ooh, look at this. Okay. So that's how we... And here's, here's the dialogue. Okay. You can go back. Logbook. Yep. Auto-saving. Good. So the camera moves in... Okay, so it's not a smooth... It's not a smooth... Can I... Right mouse button. Better. We have some zoom outs. We have some zoom ins. I have 38 hit points. 7 to 12. Guessing damage. 0 blue shields, but I have a 5% Shadow Bunshin on Jutsu. 8%, 8%. Is that evasion? Oh, everyone's better at evasion than me. converse.
Why are you still here, recruits? I gave you your order.
And the game
Now
tabbed
go
out for
search
some
the
reason.
area where Ace's body was found and recover his logbook and the repeater units.
Yeah, I thought it crashed first, but it just tabbed out to Steam. I don't know why. Thank you, sir. We'll do our
Good luck
best.
out there, recruits.
Thank you. You don't left click to move. You left click to select. You right click to move. Oh, that's kind of disgusting. Ooh, very disgusting. Can I take this shovel? Come on. You right click to move and then you left click to pick up things? No, I don't like that. Shovel, $2. £3. How much is £3 in kilos? How much is a pound in kilos? Let me look that up. 1 pound kilos. 1 pound is roughly a half kilo. Yeah, I knew that. So this roughly weighs 1.5 kilos? Yeah, sure, that sounds sensible. Okay, logbook. Desert Rangers Training Regulation 0.0036. Logbook. The logbook is your guide to the missions your Ranger squad has acquired and completed, including notes and other information. You can access it from the inventory menu. Simply select a specific mission entry in the list to see more details. It pays to keep tabs on your progress. All rules and regulations are for the safety of you and your fellow Rangers. Okay. Using items. You'll find many items in the Wasteland, some of which can be used in the game world. To use these, you can either open your inventory, right-click on the item, and then select the Use button before left-clicking a target, or you can assign it to your hotbar for a quick access. Remember that most items can only be used by certain objects or characters. Okay. Down here I have Perception. Is this... I was about to ask, is this passive or not? But it doesn't seem to be. Using skills. 63% medium, 10% critical failure? Ooh. To use an active skill, you'll need to assign it to the hotbar by right-clicking an empty slot and then left-clicking the one you want to put into that slot. Then left-click the skill's icon to activate it and, if needed, left-click on an object or character to use it. You can also right-click on a valid object or character and you will see a pop-up showing all available skill options. Left-click on a skill to use it. It's a little bit different. Can I move these around? I can. What is this? Low dosage pain relievers. Left-click to use. Heals 12 points of con. I'm gonna put you over there. Okay. Ah, I can... Okay, I can do it with you. Good. You have brute force. All the healing over yonder. And yes, pills had both field medic and surgeon, so that's gonna be nice. These are for healing thyself. Physician heal thyself. Basic trauma kit. Heals 20% of constitution upon revival. So I guess that revives. Pocket medic pack. Heals 26 to 37 points of con. So that's a heal. But then you also have surgeon and field medic skills. Restores hit points and removes effects by using consumable items. I'm guessing that's one of these. Then why would you want both? Or is it that medic automatically uses a healing item? Surgeon. Doesn't say that it uses items, but this is clearly a revival item. Fine. What about you? Cold Eye. I was gonna say Deadshot, but that's not his name. You have this one. Some healing, and you have mechanical repair. Repair small appliances, engines, and gizmos. You have a hunting rifle with 5 ammo. Okay, so inventory. Dash. Shovel. Auto sort? Okay. I have not much ammo. Oh, yeah. Gonna have to be very conservative with my ammunition. Here's the logbook. Look for the Race of Aces logbook. General Vargas has ordered us to search for Aces logbook near the site where he was murdered. It might have some salient information on who killed him and why. Search near the radio tower for the repeater units that Captain Ace was carrying. To go to the site where Ace's body was found and search the area for repeater units he was carrying. Once we recover them, we are to call Vargas. Ongoing, resolved, ongoing, flagged? What do you mean flagged? Oh. As in quest markers? I'm gonna assume quest markers. Level 1, not a lot of experience. Level 2. This first episode will be very slow as we go through everything that we have. I have laced leather pants, leather coat, extra large pack. Okay, so maybe I need to tune down the UI sound a little bit, because that is quite the obnoxious sound. See, this is her. She has a knife. She holds in the middle of the blade handle. The handle. It's a knife. 69 damage, 68% hit chance. 2 armor penetration, 3 AP. She is heavy-handed, so she does more base damage, but suffers from critical chance. She has 50% less chance to get a critical hit. She ain't all about the crits, she's about all the damage. You have a VP91Z. Handguns. 38 caliber ammo, 28 available. 1 armor penetration. Penetration. 13 to 18, 62. You guys are not very good at hitting. So... Wait, 2% chance to jam? I remember jamming. 4% chance. 0% chance to jam. 2%. 20 meters. Makes sense. 12 meters. Makes sense. So you do the range in meters, but you do the weight in pounds. Make up your minds. 28 meters. Oh, that's nice. 3 armor penetration. 6. And you have 9. Okay. This is 3, so you can fire 2 shots at least. You can slice twice. I need to increase your armor, not armor penetration, action points. I have experience, but no one else. Let me immediately UI volume. Just get that one down there, yeah? Ooh, maybe not that much. Maybe that's better. Oh, I is changing characters. Tab is in. Yeah, that's better. Alrighty, but I don't want to go yet. I can't talk to you. I can examine. Here lies Ace. Born a man, died a desert ranger. Alright, so inspection things are also down here. So let us inspect some more, because I saw I could look at these graves. Cadet Paul Takeda. Major General Redhawk. Supreme Jerk Pavlish. Cadet Suicide. Oh, with that kind of spelling makes me think these are supporters of some kind. Imperial Scar Scalp Ralph the Hobo. Take it cold, Major Ron Nakada. Fought like a ranger until the end. Let's see. I did put left alt on highlight. Does that work? Yes. Good. Or, yeah, left alt. Dr. Mike Scott. Cadet Shirks. Lance Colonel Ken Stone. Cadet Zombra. Cadet Fordesoon. PFC David Asa. Sorry, I don't know what PFC stands for. It's some military rank, I think. PFC Bernard Asa. Captain Christopher Brock Noteboom. Lived his life to the Ranger Code. Cadet Wolf. And General Surgru. So we can't get into the Ranger Citadel. So we can't buy stuff. But there are a lot of people here. And is this just gonna be perpetually... Oh, on, off. Okay, so why would you not want perception on? That's a pathetic range, though. I highlight this, I can see people. Ooh, salmon, huh? Are those like the dirt mounds in Baldur's Gate 3? Is that why I need the shovel? I can run. Okay, that's good. Because I did notice that there was an always run option. Good to see you, recruits. Afraid I can't open this door for you yet. I want to talk to you. A desert ranger in scarred but spotless combat armor stands at attention before the doors of the Ranger Citadel. He gives you a friendly salute. Grenadier Major Nurgibitz? Welcome to Ranger Citadel, recruits, but the General ordered me not to let you in before you finished your first investigation. But the General ordered us to tell you to let us in. I'm not gonna lie. Can we talk about the General, though? What was his name? Vargas. He says Vargas, nothing happens. Okay. I'll leave you be. Catch you later, recruits. Oh. Holding in Alt while rotating camera rotates it off circle. Nice. Okay. That's good to know. Hello? What are you? Howdy there, Team Echo. We're Team Echo, eh? Corporal Solveig Sephorus. A kindly older woman in standard issue ranger garb. She seems occupied counting goods and organizing crates. Aside from the clothes, she's the picture of a loving grandmother. You could swear that she smells faintly of fresh-baked cookies. Well, hello, recruits. Welcome to Solveig's Sundries. Happy to trade whenever you like. An honor to make your acquaintance. Always nice to see new faces around here, and a pleasure to make sure that they have everything they need before they head out into the big bad world. Nice to meet you too, Solveig. What's your story? Well, it's not so interesting. I grew up in a village near here, but I was already a grandmother twice over when the Desert Rangers moved into the Citadel. I saw how much good the Rangers were doing, and I wasn't up to much with my children moved to other villages to start their own families. It was a little unconventional for an old lady to go through basic training, but I pulled my weight and earned my star. I may not be too useful in forward operations, but I've got lots of experience keeping people well-fed and well-clothed, and I can run a drill press with the best of them. So General Vargas asked me help Sergeant Melson run the supply. And I help Captain Mercaptain, Captain Mercaptain, okay, in the workshop now and again. Oh, tell me more about Vargas. What's General Vargas like? He's a modern-day Patton. He's got a mind for strategy and knows how to make the tough calls, but he's got a gentle side too. Okay, tell me about this. What's Captain Mercaptain like? She's the smartest person I've ever met, bar none. She can whip up laser beams and water purification systems like I whip up pies. Uh-huh. So what's Sergeant Melson like? Oh, he's a great friend and a great quartermaster. We'd all be eating sand and wiping with cactus flowers without him. Uh-huh. Ranger Citadel. What about it? Ah, I do love this place nowadays. It used to be full of some kooky birds back when I was younger. Fellas seem to worship pre-war junk. So, like the Children of Atom? Again, Fallout. Even if they didn't know what it was, and they wouldn't share none of it. So, like the Brotherhood of Steel. Maybe Brotherhood of Steel then. Well, I shouldn't get too judgmental. I'm sure they thought they were doing right. So, you can outfit us? Well, with essential as tough to find as they are, I can't just give them away for free. Believe me, I wish I could, but we keep our prices as close to cost as we can for our rangers. You can stop by for the basics whenever you're in the area, and once you get clearance to enter the Citadel, you'll get access to some of our more valuable goodies. You'll have to talk to Sergeant Melson about that when you get inside. Huh, so what do you have to trade? What do we have to trade? Quest item, shoddy radiation suits? Okay. Worn a little thin in places and patched more times than a hobo's dungarees, they still block most radiation, but you're gonna want something sturdier when the rads start climbing. Protection from level 2 radiation and below. Alright. Ooh, armor. What it lacks in protection, it makes up for in cool. 125? I have 50. Goat hide armor requires 5 strength and minus 0.2 combat speed. E3 armor. Nah. Cured goat hide shaped into armor. Is heavy, provides minimal protection, and worst of all, it stinks like goat. You do have some... Ooh, you have ammo. And TNT. And guns. Farmers. That's a name I remember from Metal Gear Solid. It's an assault rifle and it does 17 to 30 damage. That's way better than my 7 to 12, but it costs $370. Jeez. Ooh, and I can do burst shots too. Man, I wanna save up my money. I need to buy some better guns. 14 to 18, 17 to 30. I mean, yeah. This even costs more freaking AP. This one's just better in every way. Does he have a wooden staff? Can attack diagonally. Good. Can I do it with daggers? Yes. With a machete. Can I just... What's this? Grip? Weights? Can I modify my items? My armors? My weapons? My armors? Ooh, cool. Machete. I mean, for $140, the increase on 1 minimum and 1 maximum damage and some more crits? No, I don't think so. Shovel, well, I stole one from back there. Some TNT, there's a sniper rifle. Ooh, usable in sniper rifles, okay. Thank you for telling me. Pistols, revolvers, and SMG. Revolvers? Speaking of revolvers, Midnight Special. You're using handguns. 14 to 20 damage. I need to go out and get me some money. A lot of money. Oh, also. Ooh. Wait, that's gotta be for the whole stack, right? Right. Yeah, it looks like it. 45 bucks per. Instead of 360 for one. And I see the shining dog down to the left. Anti-venom. Used with a surgeon. Remove all venom effects. Of course, we're gonna have freaking venom. Where is Arizona? I don't know US geography. I know where the US is. I don't know where the hell all the states are. So if you look at a map of Arizona. Right smack there between Flagstaff and Tucson and east of San Diego, and up there to the northeast is Albuquerque. Maybe that's the entirety of Arizona. More images, please. This is more like it. Yep. Looks to be a shit ton of desert. Just to the north of Mexico, too. Okay. So, scorpions then? Snakes? You have some... Ooh, shotguns. Assault rifles. Heavy weapons. Assault rifles, sniper rifles, and heavy weapons. Wait, so... Does the... ammo... Can you... Okay, now you use 5.56 millimeters, which is this. But you can also find assault rifles that use 7.62. Laser weapons? Small scope. Mod scope requires 3 weaponsmithing. You have weaponsmithing. All squad members? I think you only have 2 weaponsmithing though. You can mod your weapons. Nice. Revolvers, assault rifle, sniper rifle, energy weapon, and plus 3 maximum range. That sounds like something you are going to put into your own weapon. Trinkets. A Kita figurine. Plus 1 animal whisperer. The detailed figurine, mottled brown and black with a white undershirt, is of a dog that would have been the size of a small pony in life. The head is cocked to the side as if listening attentively to its master. The eyes look alive as it peers off into the distance. Etched at the base of the figurine are the words, always loving and attentive, desperately missed, and the dog's name, Spanky. Will none of us be animal whisperers? Do I have stuff to sell? No. Not really. Well, I do, but I don't wanna. Okay, so that's nice. You can actually go and see everyone's inventory. Instead of having to go through each and every one. It's smart to take your time on purchases. Don't want to be too hasty. Lovely to meet you, Team Echo. Come back again real soon. There we go, left clicking. Right click to move. And double right click to run. I think we can afford to run a little bit in here. I hear a dog. I heard a dog. What is this? Salmon. Water! It looks clean! You could top off your canteen here if you'd like. Sure. Your canteens have been topped off.
Hey, Echo 1. Mind picking up that can over there for me? Think there's some water in there.
You want me to pick up a can in front of a goat? We all know what goats do with stuff like that. They eat it. And other things if you played Goat Simulator. Is this a hazing? I don't think so, Rook. Did you see Captain Death at the funeral? She just came by here. I want to be just like her. Death? Okay. Let's... So, Aberforth, what do you think about the weather we're having? Okay. So how do you feel about life in general? I agree, I agree. I am not gonna touch that. I do hear a dog panting over here, though. But I can't really see or interact with anything. Law. Ranger Brass Knucks? Didn't want to be called Brass Knuckles? Sorry, can't talk right now. Gotta clean up this graffiti. Something seems to be buried here. So can I... Ooh, add to hotkey. Okay. I'm not allowed to choose which hotkey? Ah, okay. One works. Select an object or person to use a shovel. Select an object or person to use a shovel. Shouldn't that be use a shovel on? I want to dig this. Razardos is using a shovel. Ooh, and it fills up. Nice. What do I have here? 38 caliber ammo. Ooh, can I? Can I kind of do this? Ooh. Okay, so don't need to double click. Just need to single click. What's this? Scrap. Ah, scrap like bottle caps. Scrap is money. And inventory is still... I usually have both tab and I for inventory, but I changed it to tab. I don't know. Every game I try to have tab as inventory, but I still is my default to go for inventory. It's weird. My brain is weird. What is this? Junk. Junk. A necklace with a metal symbol. Flag as junk. It's already junk. Yeah, I guess you can hold on to it. Okay, so we can flag items as junk. Would that be kind of like flagging them as wares? Oh, what's this? Scrap. Scrap is the currency you'll use in the Wasteland. You can use scrap to pay for items merchants are selling, and they will also pay you back in scrap for any items sold to them. Unlike inventory items, there's no maximum limit to how much scrap your party can carry, and it does not weigh anything. Scrap is frequently labeled as $2. Good, so I don't have to... Eh? What will... Okay. I guess I detected something because it went from green to brown. Let me add quick save. Yes. Right so far has been examined. Oh. Carefully examining the fence, Razardos finds a lock. Well, we ain't got no lockpicking. We can do brute force, but we're still in ranger territory. Maybe we don't want to piss off the people in charge just yet. What do you say? Just maybe. Oh, here's another one. Here's a wasteland. Let's keep digging. That's nice. We have some junk compact mirror. We have some scrap. And then we have some sniper rifle ammo. Oh, don't like that though. The last person I choose in looting is the person I control. Okay, so always loot, scrap, and such things last. Or with me character. With myself. There's a lot of things to be dug up here. Be digging up. A deck of cards. Do those have any kind of... Good for checking your makeup or around corners. There are 5 aces in this deck, so it's a cheating deck. So many places to go digging. Da-do, 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 da-do. Ooh, what do we have here? We have a medicine pouch. We have some, that for me. Shiny Ranger Star, +1 hard ass. Well, I don't want to use hard ass. I want to be a kiss ass. Or persuader.
God damn it, Ace. You never should have put down the wrench and picked up the gun.
What was your title? Don't know. Someone mentioned a death. Here's Captain Solvay. Rook? Was it that his name? So hi. A tough-looking redhead. Tough-looking redhead with decades of sun and wind and hard living etched into her angular face stands sobbing in the shadows. There are no shadows. You saw her at Ace's retirement party. Oh, was that the redhead in the video? The sleeves of her uniform have been torn off, revealing multiple tattoos on her sinewy arms, all skulls. The tears running down her cheeks are splashing on a rusty old wrench that she holds in her scarred hands.
Sorry about the waterworks. I'm still pretty broke up over Ace. I'm Angie. You kids must be the new recruits old Vargas trained up. Lord, y'all just babies.
Babies? Us?
Sorry, but you are. As cute as little kittens. Y'all remind me of us. Snake, Razor, Thrasher, and me. Back when we were just starting out. Thinking we were gonna save the world for the future. Thinking none of us would ever die. Christ, sorry. Don't listen to me. Youth is good. Optimism is good. If we all started out worn out and jaded like me, nobody'd ever try to change the world. So you kids go ahead and give it a go. Maybe it'll work this time.
So you've been at this for a long time then. Tell me more about your squad. So, General Vargas used to be called Snake?
Yep. He was one wild-ass son of a bitch back in the day. But I think the weight of his responsibilities has kind of squashed that out of him now. He hasn't been in a decent bar fight in, shit, a decade maybe?
Well, he is hobbling around on a cane. Hellraiser? Didn't she? Yeah, she just said Razor, but he was in red, so... What happened to Hellraiser?
He's another one gone. Went out for a patrol a few weeks back and never came home. Don't know if he's dead, or AWOL, or gone off to join the Scorpions. All anybody knows is he hasn't called in, and we haven't heard from anybody who's seen him. I miss old Hellraiser like blazes. Didn't talk much. Didn't make friends easy. Wasn't big on social graces. But he was as loyal as they come, and when the shit started flying, he was the guy you wanted at your back. He didn't win that name by accident. Sharp as a razor, scary as hell.
So we got the Red Scorpions now. Where's Thrasher now?
You better call him Gilbert now. Funny, back in the day, he just seemed like this big old growly bear. Strong as an ox and just about as articulate. But then he got all torn up during our fight with the robots from Base Cochise, and he couldn't go out on patrol no more.
Robots?
Any other commander would have handed him his walking papers. But Vargas doesn't dump old friends. So he started him working in the museum. And once you know it, turns out the old bear has a knack for cartography. He's been gradually mapping our little corner of the wasteland ever since. Who'd have thunk it?
So no surviving maps from the before times then? What was Base Cochise?
An old military facility from before the war. And the biggest fight the Rangers ever had. There was some crazy computer in there that kept spitting out robots and sending them off to kill people. We had one hell of a fight putting it down. Earned our stripes that day. Literally. That's when I became Captain Death.
Captain is what you was. A computer was making the robots?
Yeah. The base Cochise AI. Don't know what was wrong with it. Broken, I guess. It thought everybody was its enemy. Wanted to kill the whole planet.
So Skynet. Okay. Tell me about the Red Scorpions. The Red Scorpions?
You weren't briefed on those fucks during your training?
Nope.
Well, let me fill you in. You know when we left the prison and moved here to the Citadel?
Nope.
Well, the Scorpions were the jerks who moved into the prison when we moved out.
Oh. Okay. So they took over where we came from.
Just a bunch of Rangers back then, but they've been getting more organized. Call themselves the militia now. And they try to act like they're the Desert Rangers of Eastern Arizona. Well, that's a load of horse shit. The protection racket ain't the same as protecting people. They shake down all their towns for money. And if the locals don't kick in, they smash them up. The Rangers aren't like that. We get by on donations and good old-fashioned scavenging.
She did specifically say just a bunch of Rangers back then, but the text says Raiders. Try to act like they are the Desert Rangers of Eastern Arizona. So what can you tell us about Eastern Arizona?
Basically everything between the prison and the radiation clouds to the east. There are a few small towns and farms out there, which the Scorpions claim is their territory. Rangers used to patrol that area before we moved here, and we knew it pretty well. But a lot can change in 15 years. Who knows? Maybe it's all as clean and nice and crime-free as the Scorpions say it is. But I've got my doubts.
You said radiation clouds?
The edges of the map, kiddies. Big hot areas we can't get into without getting cooked to a crisp. The clouds move around some with the wind and the weather, but there are permanent hot spots on every side of us. North, south, east, and west. Until we started hearing those weird broadcasts, I kinda thought those clouds went on forever. And that Arizona was the last place on Earth. But maybe there's more people out there. Maybe the whole rest of the world's just fine, and we're the only ones in hell. Wouldn't that be a joke?
That would suck. Also, if the whole world would have been covered in radiation clouds, like you yourself said, that they kept moving a little bit with the winds and such, you'd think that the entirety of Arizona would also be, you know, covered in radiation clouds. Have you heard any of these strange broadcasts?
Ace played me some of them before he died. Hard to make out a lot of it, but what I heard made my hair stand on end. Some guy talking about turning men into machines. Or machines into men, or some shit. But the crazy thing was, then he starts talking about us, the Rangers. Saying we're the cause of all the trouble in the world, and we need to be wiped out so his glorious future can be born. I mean, who is this guy? Where is he? What the fuck does he have against us?
Oh. If the broadcast comes from the other side of the clouds, and they're specifically saying you're there and you're the problem with the world, even though you can't get out, I think you can say that there are things on the other side of the radiation clouds, but they're probably just as fucked up as everything here is. Because otherwise, why would they be talking about making men to machines or machines into men? So yeah. I don't think this is M. Night Shyamalan's The Village situation, where this is the only weird place and everything else is just fine. Maybe I should put up a spoiler for that. Sorry if you haven't seen that movie. I see you have Ace's name tattooed in that heart on your arm.
You noticed that, huh? Well, Ace always said I wore my heart on my sleeve. Yeah, me and Ace, we were more than just old army buddies, if you know what I mean. That's why it hurts so bad. That's why I want to come with you.
You want to come with me? I mean, I don't really blame you for shagging with Ace. Gotta get some relief where you can take it. Where you can find it. Not where you can take it. Definitely not where you can take it. Where you can find it. Let me just write down the time for that unfortunate little spoiler. So I can... Yeah, you know, just in case. It's a pretty old movie, but still. How well do you know General Vargas?
Better than he'd like. Back in the day, the General was the craziest of us all. But somehow, after he brought down Base Cochise, he became the sanest. Now he's running the whole show, and doing a damn fine job. While I'm still walking patrols and answering radio calls. Shows you how much ambition I got, huh?
I mean, if you like what you're doing, there's nothing wrong with not having the ambition to climb higher on the ladder, the ranks, in the ranks. Completely fine. We saw you at Ace's funeral. You knew him well?
They all hurt, but this one... Man,
Because you was shagging.
Ace wasn't even a ranger. Not at first. He worked as a driver and mechanic for Farron Brygo up in Vegas. When Base Cochise started sending its death machines into the desert, Brygo sent Ace south to recruit robot fighters. We met him in Quartz. He'd pissed somebody off out there and they'd locked him up. We sorted that out, and he started running with us, helping us fight Cochise. Never stopped. Vargas eventually gave him the uniform and the hat, but I don't think he ever formally signed on. He was just always there. And now he's...
Farron Brago? Is that O'Brien Fargo? Mayhap?
God damn it, Ace. I knew this one was trouble, I knew it.
Ooh. Let's... Where's Quartz?
Man, not sure I can recall. Haven't been out that way in ages. Don't even know if it's still on the map. Ask Thrasher, he'd know.
Alright, alright. So you say you thought Ace's mission was trouble?
He was working on the same thing Vargas has you working on. Trying to track down radio signals from beyond the edges of the map. All seemed a bit boring and scientific to me. But then Ace started saying he thought someone was following him.
Oh.
I asked him to let me come with him when I met him at Rail Nomads to give him the repeater units. But he told me to go back to base. He said he was just jumping at shadows because those radio broadcasts had spooked him. I should have gone with him. Why didn't I go with him?
Tell me about them there, rail nomads.
Could be a nice little place if the Atchisons and Topekans would kiss and make up. I can't even remember what it's all about, but between them, they got enough old railroad tech that if they worked together, they could give this area a real transportation system. Instead, seems like all they want to do is blow each other's heads off. Idiots.
That's why we don't have world peace, because people can never get along. Not long enough. Know anything else about those repeater units?
I don't really know the details. It's all a bunch of mumbo-jumbo about transmitters and north-south axis and signals bouncing off the clouds. Ask Woodson about it. He's our radio genius.
Sure, but he's inside the Citadel and I can't get there. Or at least I think he is. He should be. Do you know Woodson?
Radio technician Wade Woodson? Sure do. He's the guy that makes sure you can hear Vargas when you're out on patrol. Keeps the machines running and the signal clear. He'll also talk your ear off about circuits and frequencies and I don't know what else if you let him. But be nice to him. He's your lifeline to the base.
Sure thing. Bye.
Say, listen. Vargas asked you to look into Ace's death because he thought I was too upset to be professional about it.
Excuse me?
He didn't want me going off half-cocked and shooting up all of Arizona looking for his killer. But I gotta find this guy. Ace and me, well, We'd been fighting side by side for nigh on 20 years. I'm not letting him die unavenged.
Did you, like, smoke 50 cartons of cigarettes between those two voice lines? Because that's a completely different person, yeah? I guess re-recorded voice lines or newly recorded voice lines? Director's cut, so it... I mean... Okay, sure. Still, that was a very weird. That was weird.
So, well, I know it's going against orders, but if you let me tag along and be in at the kill, well, I'll help you find your feet out there. Maybe give you a few pointers along the way. I may be old and slow, but I know the wastes like the back of my hand. What do you say?
Yes, no? Sure!
Cool.
Followers!
No need to tell Vargas why I joined you. If anybody asks, I'm just helping you get oriented, all right?
Yes, ma'am. Followers? During your travels, you may come across people willing to join your squad. These companions, CNPCs, can be controlled and customized just like your own ranger recruits you start the game with, but may have personalities and characteristics of their own. Ah, so that's where the leadership thing comes in. These are the people that can go rogue. But I can still customize them? Tell me about yourself, Angela. Ooh, 92 hit points. Okay, yeah, rogue chance 15%. Base rogue chance 20%. Leadership modifier 5%. Dismiss. Get the f out. Oh no, she's using an assault rifle. And she has faded letters. Each of these letters is faded and yellowed with age and use. To my angel is scrawled on the front in loving if slightly messy handwriting. Owned by Angela Death. Ace's Wrench. Blunt weapons. Can attack diagonally. 11 to 18, 64 hit chance. What be your skills like, Angela? Oh, you're a hot ass. And you're good at everything. And you do know blunt weapons. Okay, cool. You're way better at using brute force than Cithara is. But you have nothing else. I see. Perks? Okay. Hardened. Your service to the Desert Rangers has left you rougher and tougher. Oh, is that maybe where... Because I gave people some skill points and they got stuff. You did. No. Okay. Thought that maybe that's ended up here. Because when I... It was you. Yeah, bladed weapon. Unlocks self-defense. Unlocks junk diver. And you unlock tinkerer. Hardened. Healthy, hit the deck, ordered. Junk diver. Ah, okay, so when you increase skill to these, you unlock perks that you get perk points for somehow, which you can then unlock and take. Okay, okay. Gotcha. So now we're a squad of 5 people instead of just 4. And I think it's time to take a look at the Wasteland. What say you? Okay, so right click to move, but left click to travel. Gather your squad and travel to the Wasteland. All squad members will go to the new location. Yes. It's usually a good idea to reload your weapons after each encounter to make sure.
Ranger Team Echo, this is Ranger Command. Come in.
Ranger Citadel. This is Ranger Team Echo.
Roger, Echo 1. Just making sure your radio is working. I'll be your dispatcher from here on out. I also wanted to give you a little heads up on your water situation. If you've all got full canteens, you should have enough water to reach the place where Ace died with plenty to spare. But if you're going to go exploring, you'll want to fill up again at any oasis you can find.
Exploring? I want to explore.
Remember, your main priority is to recover the repeater units Ace was carrying. Once you've got the devices, you'll be headed to Ag Center and High Pool to install them. But we'll talk about that after you acquire the repeaters. We must, of course, bring Ace's killers to justice. But right now, that's secondary to discovering the location of that signal.
Alright. Wasteland, explore, water, oasis, Ag Center, High Pool. Shiny world map icon. So it's important to stay in radio contact with you?
It is vital that all teams stay in radio contact with me here at the base. We get distress calls from all over our jurisdiction and sometimes beyond. Towns or farms or mines being attacked by raiders, mutant beasts, what have you. We field those calls here and then dispatch whichever team is closest to the problem.
Does that mean that if I go around exploring, settlements and villages can get under attack and I can kind of get sidetracked, side quested into helping them? That sounds cool. Does that mean you weren't always the dispatcher?
Until now, Woodson's been our dispatcher. But Ace's death made me realize I've spent too many years in my office, walled off from the world, and how it's changing. I need to know what's going on out there, and I figure the best way to do that is to start listening to the people's problems. So, I've decided that from now on, I'll be the one fielding calls and talking in your ear when you head out into the wastes.
As long as that doesn't take away from all your other duties as head of the Rangers. Sure.
Don't let that make you self-conscious or nothing.
Well, sure. And Roger out. But can we ask about the Ag Center?
I'm getting gibberish. Say again, over.
How about High Pool?
I'm getting gibberish. Say again, over.
How about some gibberish?
I'm getting gibberish. Say again, over.
Can I type out?
10-4, Echo 1, carry on. Ranger Command out.
I could. Okay. 2 water? 2 water? 5 water? 6? Takes 6 water to go up here, but only... Oh, here we go. 5. Makes more sense. 4, 2 water. 2 water, 5, 4. Okay. World map. When you leave a location and enter the Wasteland, the game perspective will zoom out and show the world map. In this mode, your squad is represented by a Desert Ranger badge. Right-clicking will allow you to travel. Alternatively, you can access the world map screen and select a location you have already discovered to travel there automatically. To enter locations on the world map, left-click on them when you're nearby. But if you travel there automatically, there was the outdoorsman's women's skill that produced random encounters on the world map. There are a number of things you can encounter on the world map. In addition to water and radiation, you can stumble upon both friendly and enemy random encounters, which will take you to a small special location to interact with characters or do battle, just like in Fallout 1 and 2. You may even find hidden loot caches from before the apocalypse and mysterious locations that few have ever seen. Ooh. So what you're telling me is I should explore. I'm probably gonna have to level up before to follow the main quest anyway. Outdoorsman, there we go. The Outdoorsman skill determines your squad's search radius on the world map when traveling, as well as its ability to avoid hostile random encounters. A good Outdoorsman will be able to avoid dangerous enemies and discover new and hidden locations more easily. Did I give outdoorsman to anyone. I hope I did. Also, radiation. Is that why we could buy those radiation suits for a lot of money? I forgot to go and sell my junk items. Shoot. Okay. Radio. Yeah, see it says 1100 there now. The radio is your squad's lifeline back to headquarters, through which you will receive vital updates on your missions. From time to time, you may also pick up calls from other Wasteland inhabitants throughout your travels, some of which you may be able to respond to. Remember that to level up, you need to use the call button on the radio to contact headquarters and earn field promotions, provided a character has gained enough experience points. I see. 60 out of 60, I'm guessing this is water. We can stop squad, we can continue, we can fast, we can view map. That's Arizona, alright. And here's Mexico. Here's something else. I don't know North American geography that well. I know that this is North America, and this is North America, and this is North America. And way up north is Canada, which is also North America. And travel far enough south in Mexico, and you get to South America. We have character millisieverts. This would be radiation then. So what if we end, comma, call, period?
Copy, Echo 1. This is Ranger Command. Go ahead. Over.
All is well, just checking in to let you know that we're still kicking. Over.
Copy, Echo 1. Appreciate the update.
Roger. Echo 1 out. Okay. We're now on the world map, and we're gonna start exploring next time, because this is already running a little bit long. But I'm having so much fun. So, next time, we're gonna take a look around the Wasteland. We have 60 water, if that is truly water. And we can... or maybe we should move to Ace's location and try and find things along the way. But the Wanderlust is... it's just there. It wants me to go and explore and find stuff. There was a water thing down here in the Ranger Citadel. So I can go around and then just go back to the Citadel and fill up my water canteens. But... okay, no, there's no time limit or anything, and I don't see any time thing. I don't know what the hell 1100 means. Maybe the frequency we're radioing at? Anywho, we're gonna explore the Wasteland next time. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Please take care of yourself, be kind, and I hope that you have a fantastic day. Laters.